going out into the world of sports, back to the boxing world. Haven't done this in a little while, but this is a very exciting story. This young lady beside me right here, Justine Honsinger. Thanks for joining me.
Not a problem.
You've got some exciting things coming up. You're a boxer. You're originally, are you from Sarnia?
Yes.
Okay. But you really travel all over. You just mentioned you actually went to Burlington today to do some training.
Yes.
So you get around. Why do you got to do so much traveling with what you're doing?
At the level of competition that I'm at, I like to get a diverse group of girls I can spar with. We have some girls at the gym here I can spar with, but it's always good to travel and get different styles and be able to train all across with other girls.
Different perspectives, different ways of learning. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back a little bit. You're 23 years old.
Yes.
And you were actually wrestling in the beginning of all this.
Yeah,
so how did you transfer from that to boxing?
Funny story. So I wrestled in high school, and I loved it. I got along great with my wrestling coach, Clarky, and he kind of helped me go down the proper path. So he introduced me to
You're
sport.
talking about Eric Clark.
Eric Clark,
he's fantastic.
Yeah,
Hello, Eric.
I love him, yeah. So me and him became really close, and I started wrestling with him. And I introduced my little sister to wrestling, and she fell in love with wrestling. And then she started boxing at Lambton St. Clair Boxing Club with Chuck Evans, and she wanted me to try it, so she brought me with her, and I fell in love with boxing.
So what was it about the boxing that wrestling maybe wasn't quite giving you?
I actually continued wrestling and boxing at the same time. The only issue with wrestling was it's more of a high school sport unless you're going to go university wrestling.
Right.
So then I made the change to, I wanted to take boxing a lot more serious. My first coach, Chuck Evans, he really motivated me to start taking it more serious, and he believed that I was going to do really well, so that motivated me to keep boxing when I finished high school. Excellent.
So let me ask you this. This may be an interesting question. There's not a lot of women in boxing around here, right? And you know, obviously men are more dominant in the sport. Mm-hmm. So how do you find the matches to come up? You must really have to travel. In fact, you're heading off to Ireland to box next.
Yes. So there's definitely a lot more guys in boxing, and it's hard to find equal matches. Like, there's plenty of girls who box, but to get the right amount of fights, proper weight classes, it's the ages, like you have to be the right age, the right weight class, and equal amount of fights. So it's difficult for the girls. There's so many guys who box, and it's easier for them to find matches. So we travel a lot. There's a lot of girls in the Toronto area, so if I travel to Toronto, I'm lucky to get matches there. Yeah.
Great. So I guess as part of the sport, you're getting to do lots of traveling. You get to meet lots of different types of people, and you're gonna. Have you been to Ireland before?
Yes, I went to Ireland last September for a training camp.
Right.
So I got to meet all the girls there. We spent a week there training. We had a couple of fights there. We had 2 fights there actually. So one makeup fight and what is called exhibition, so it doesn't really count as a fight, and then we had one real fight, and so we got to I
just can't imagine a fake fight.
Yeah, well, it's like real. Yeah, it's a real fight, but there's just no winner.
Not as intense,
they just don't announce the winner. It's just a trial run. So yeah, so we got to do that last year, and we got to meet a lot of the Irish girls and coaches.
Okay, so you'll be reconnecting with some of those people?
Yeah, and we developed really good relationship with the Irish team now. So Canada and the Irish team are going strong.
Yeah, right. Well, and you've got quite a resume here. You've had over 40 boxing matches. You've competed 20 times in 20 times in 2016.
Yes.
That's a lot, right, for a boxer?
It was crazy.
Yeah, and so far you're undefeated this year. You're 6-0.
Yes.
You've got to feel like really accomplished by that.
Yes, I do, but
it's okay, you can say
it.
Yeah,
I do feel accomplished, but I'm like very eager to keep going, so it's never enough.
So that being said, what's your ultimate goal with boxing?
I want to go to the Olympics.
Yeah. Well, looking at this resume here, I mean, and I gotta wonder, how do you juggle your schedule? Because you're a full-time student. Whereabouts?
Lambton College.
Okay, what are you taking there?
SSW.
Okay.
Social service work.
Right, and you're a full-time mom.
Yes.
And you volunteer in the community as well?
Yes.
What kind of things do you?
So through our boxing club, we do lots of things. We do Noelle's Gifts or Fitness. We do boxing at the Hub. We do boxing rebound.
Wow.
I did a placement at the Inn of the Good Shepherd, so I'm always helping them with the events that they have there. And I just love helping everyone in the community and being able to give back to.
Why is that important to you?
It's very important to me for, like, this gym runs off of, it's a nonprofit, it's all about volunteer.
Okay.
My wrestling coach volunteered to coach us. Like, everything's nonprofit, and the lives that people change doing nonprofit things, it's very important to me, and I want to do that.
That's fantastic. Tell us a little bit more about your boxing club here and who coaches you now and what kind of things it offers you.
Okay, so our boxing club, like I said, is nonprofit, and our coaches here are Wade Fleming, Chuck Evans, Tom Hennessy, and Nolan Evans.
Okay.
So we have a big group of, Wade's our main coach. He does everything for us.
He's over there. We can say hi, Wade.
Hi, Wade.
He's covering his face. Like, please don't bring me in this.
But he's great. Like, he's a teacher. He just had his son, Dean. He's a great friend, mentor. Like, he does everything for us. And when it's really hard, like him and his wife, I'm good friends with them. So things get rough and we can joke around. And they bring me back to myself again when I get grumpy. So
outside of the coaching in the arena, if you will, or in the gym, there's a friendship there too.
Oh, for sure. You develop those friendships. And it gets hard. Like, we're training all the time. You have to be able to laugh about it at times too. So, and then we have Chuck Evans, who is a 9-time national champion. He was on the Canadian team with Lennox Lewis. So,
that's amazing.
Yeah, so those two run the classes, and Tom Hennessy as well. He'll come in and help. So we have a big group. You've
really got quite a team there, and a lot of different people you can take from and learn from too.
So many different styles.
And different styles, So that's got to be helpful to you in the ring, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah. I have so many people that support me and motivate me to keep fighting, and they're always pushing me to be the best version of myself. So,
can I get a little personal with you and ask you about your family?
Yes.
I have a daughter.
We're gonna go there.
We are gonna go. We're so going there. Well, I mean, it's Mars and Venus, right? Let's be honest. And I just. You already know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I
like,
do.
My girl, my God. How's your family deal with that?
It's actually funny because they absolutely love it, and my dad is my biggest fan. If I quit boxing, my dad would be devastated.
Oh, okay.
He is like from day one. Like, my dad is unbelievable, like, female empowerment. Like, he saw in me since I started wrestling when I was a teenager. He noticed the love that I had for combat sports. So that's when he really stood behind me, and he saw all the positive changes I was making in my life. So they are so for it. And when I ever feel like I can't do it or I'm upset, they're like, you're going to go to the Olympics, you're going to get there. So my dad's loves it.
So they're great support.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, and I mean, as much as I would be afraid of you getting hurt, the support's still there. I mean, there's certainly those concerns. And sports, in general can be. Yeah. You can get hurt. You can sprain your ankle running down the quarter mile, right? Yeah. So that's got to feel pretty good to have that behind you.
Yeah, I'm glad, though, because my dad's very hard. Like, he's very, he doesn't treat me like his little girl. He knows what I want to do, and he appreciates that. So my dad will be the first one to say, like, you better go suck it up and get back in there. Yeah. So.
Sacrifice. There's got to be a lot of sacrifices in order to achieve the goals you've set for yourself.
Yes.
What kind of things have you sacrificed?
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, okay.
So there's so many sacrifices I make. My family always jokes because we are very close, and we always have all these dinners and stuff, and they always make a side dish for me of what I can have, and they're really good that way.
That's supportive.
Yeah, they're very supportive, and there's so many things. Like, we're traveling all the time. There's a lot of Sometimes you miss birthdays, you miss outings, you miss family things. Like you sacrifice a lot for boxing. You sacrifice friendships and.
Yeah. Well, I think for anything really, you want to succeed at, right?
Yeah. So it's an all day thing, right? Every day. So.
Yeah. Brothers and sisters?
Lots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 4 brothers and sisters.
Wow.
And 1 brother-in-law, 1 sister-in-law, and 1 stepsister.
Oh, wow, you got the Brady Bunch going on
Yeah,
there.
so we do, yeah.
And they're all in on this too.
Oh,
like,
yeah, they love it.
That's fantastic.
They're very supportive of me, and they help me. Like, they help me watch my daughter. My dad.
How old's your daughter?
My daughter's 5.
Hi, can you say hi to her?
Hi, Maya. Yeah, so they help me with my daughter. They help me travel. Like, my dad he's starting to bring his wife with him to the tournaments. Like, they are just, and it's so funny to see her too. His wife's now so on board with it, and you hear her scream, "Go, get her!"
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's so funny.
They're excited for her.
They all love it. My nieces, like, they come to my house and see my trophies, and it, like, my heart, because they're always just like, oh, like, if I work hard and train, I can win trophies too. So I love, like, they think I'm a world champion.
So they're looking up to you.
Yeah.
You're showing an example too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What's outside of the arena, the gym and the ring, what kind of things do you do to work on you mentally? Do you read books? Do you watch certain, like, how do you handle that?
Oh, for sure. Like, I like to color.
Yeah.
I color a lot. And I love reading too. I read a lot of sports biographies.
Okay.
So I love reading, like, just bios of people, coloring for sure, and then just hanging out with my daughter.
Yeah.
I love just, like, Canatera, that's our place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we can find you there often, can't we?
Yes,
When
yes.
you're not away boxing or in Ireland.
Animal Farm for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. And I'm sorry, how old is she?
She's 5.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So that's it. And is she on board with all of this too? Does she know what Mom's doing?
Yeah, she's been in the club with me since she was a little baby. So
Yeah.
she doesn't quite understand, like, what we do, I would say, but she just, like, it's just an everyday part of her life.
Right.
She doesn't think of it like something different because that's all she knows.
Right.
So it's just a normal thing for her to.
And you're being a role model for her right now too by
sure.
following your dreams and your passions. And
Yeah. When I had my daughter, she actually motivated me to take my training to the next level, because when I had her, everyone assumed I was going to quit boxing, but if I was a male, they wouldn't think that I was going to quit boxing because I was having a child. But as a female, you know, you have to be a mom, and I was like, no, I'm going to show my daughter that if you want something, you have to do it, and you'll make sacrifices to make it happen. So I never want to tell my daughter she was the reason I quit boxing. She pushed me further.
That's a great perspective. Good for you.
Thank you.
You must have a lot of friends who are around you too. I mean, that supports you. Is there anybody in particular outside of your family that helps get you through?
Definitely Wade and Heather. Like,
Yeah, okay, all
like,
right, back to
I
that.
spend a lot of
Yeah,
time
okay.
with Wade and Heather, so my coach and his wife. My partner, Nolan Evans, like, we're together all the time. He's my best friend. We compete together, so he's kind of my go-to whenever I need to vent. And then my sis, like, I guess it's pretty much just all my family still. I'm really close to my family. I have my boxing community, so all my friends who train, we all communicate all the time. So it's mostly family-oriented, boxing-oriented.
Okay.
That's all I have time for.
Okay,
I always
that's
say
great.
everyone, you're a great person, but I just don't have time.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited for you. Just before we wrap up, we got a couple more minutes, but talk more about Ireland. What's the name of this tournament, and why is it important for you to, like, that's a long way to travel to box, so there's got to be something really special about it.
Yes. So it is an Esker All-Female Box Cup, 2017. I just was very interested in it. Some of my friends had gone last year, and they just loved it. And the fact that they're having an all-female cup, like, that's amazing. And that there's 350 girls competing. Like, I just need to go there and see all the girls there, the different styles. Like, and, like, if you want to truly, like see boxing, go to Ireland.
Is that right? Yeah.
Like
Okay.
the Irish, like they have their kids in the gym.
The Fighting Irish,
oh,
right?
for real. Like there's little girls there that would whip my butt, and like I just am so excited to go there and see how I perform at an international level at a tournament. So
Yeah.
I want to see where I place and where I stand and work from there.
And then from there on to the Olympics, I'm
Yes,
thinking.
yes.
Right? Just before we go, anything you want to say before we wrap it up? Do you want to add anything?
I just want to say that oh.
It's okay.
Now I'm like, what do I say? I just want to say thank you to all my friends and family and all the coaches at Blue Water Boxing and everyone in the community that supports boxing and supports me as a female boxer. It's very important to me that people respect female boxing, and I think that we're finally getting there.
That's
and
awesome.
With the support of our community, I think we can do great things.
Congratulations. And
Thank you.
with your, she's not burnt. She's getting ready. She's getting ready to work out here, right? Justine Honsinger, thank you so much. Wish you all the best. And when you come back, get a hold of me. I'd love to talk to you and follow up with your success.
For sure.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks again. Well, there you go, Justine Honsinger. You're going to want to pay attention, boxing fans. Maybe she'll even send us some video from Ireland, see what's going on down there. Yeah, that'd be cool. Thanks so much for watching this one-on-one spotlight interview. I'm David Burrows for the Video Show Network. We'll talk next time.